Well, what do you know? Here we are again, Thursday. We had one of these last week, Thursdays. Remember? Here's another one. Thursday, March 19th, 9 a.m. Made it to the stream. Oh, I'm streaming on Kick today. This is going to be my last stream on Kick. Why? Because I met with a Kickster yesterday. This cool brother named Tyler who has been streaming on Kick over the last 4 years. He coached me up. My brother coached me up a little bit. I'm very grateful. It made the trip to the Fourth Wall Cafe worth it because I didn't have the best set. I was pretty triggered by that room full of whites. And yeah, sometimes that place be triggering the fuck out of me. And it did, man. It did. So yesterday, an interesting thing happened, man. When there's a room full of whites, what is it about a room full of whites, man? Oh man, I should wait till people come in the chat before I start talking about this. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a good 5 minutes. But what is it about a room full of whites, man? It gets weird most of the time. This is the Triggered Yogi live stream. It's the kid, the Triggered Yogi himself. Yoga Leroy, Leon Walker, Big Daddy Energy. Big Daddy Energy, baby. Yeah, it's me. Um, I got some things to talk about, man. I don't know if anybody saw this story on the news of this comedy rapper artist named Afro Man. Has anybody seen this story? What up, Dom? Have you I ain't tell you to call me daddy. Yeah, that's your brain wanting to call me daddy, man. You chill out. Have you seen this story on the news? This dude, Afro Man, who was being sued by the police department in his hometown because they raided his house mistakenly, and then he made a viral song clowning them. Oh my God, this is the best story. This is the best story on the internet, on the dark web in America right now. Bro, I'm going to try to pull this up, man. I got to, man. This is the best story. It really is. You guys should see these fucking cops in the courtroom crying. Oh my God, it's so good. They just in tears. Meanwhile, bro, this is perfect example how the villains be getting their asses whooped and then play victim. Oh, now you want to play victim, bitch. Oh my goodness. I'm so thankful judges and juries are starting to, you know, not just side with law enforcement and certain places that certain, entities just because they cops. So he won that case. He just hit legendary status. You saw that story, huh? Man, it's really the best story. It's really the best story on the internet right now. It really, really is. I mean, oh my God. Just it's like a movie. They should make a movie about it. They should make a movie about it. I want to play Afro Man. Bro, they should make a movie about it, please. This is a movie. I want these cops to be dragged all the way. This is an Oscar award winning movie. Please let me get Ryan Coogler. I can't say his last name. Coogler. Man, write that movie, baby. Me or Michael B. Jordan plays Afro Man. I don't care. I'll take a back seat for Michael B. Jordan to play because he's Oscar when it's his time to shine, man. Clap it up for Michael B. Jordan, man. What a solid dude. What a solid dude. Now, I don't watch the Oscars anymore. I might be a little bit bitter. Nah, but I don't watch the Oscars anymore. It's just too white for me. It's just too white. Even though a lot of blacks and other races more than ever are getting recognized, they're getting nominated. They're not necessarily winning, but they're getting nominated. I mean, but the Oscars is really like Freemasons of Hollywood. It really is. It's a secret society. They're gonna keep it as white as possible forever. There's only been 6 black people that have won Academy Awards. I mean, that's just really kind of weird, don't you think? 2026. So it's one of the reasons why I stopped watching the Oscars because of those reasons. But how interesting is the storyline between Michael B. Jordan and Timothy Chalamet, who was a month leading up to the Oscars pinned to win. 70+% chances of winning the Oscars. Then he takes his little ass on a podcast. Man, listen, if you already in these streets, you already successful, why are you on podcasts? If you already have your lane, I don't get it. Maybe someone can explain it to me. I understand some professions it makes sense. Like, for instance, I get why athletes are building podcasts. And number one, especially a football player, your shelf life is, you got a small window. So after that window, you need to be thinking about what's next, right? Basketball players, they got a larger window, but still, I just don't get why leading man actors are going on podcasts. Going on, stay in your... Anyways, I don't know if you guys seen it, but he was on some podcast with Matthew McConaughey. He started talking shit about ballet. So random. Talk about the big dog picking on the little fish, just taking a big dump on the little guy. And he's a little guy talking all big doggish. See, this is what y'all get for making these little beta dudes leading men. See what happens? See what happens when you make a beta a leading man? This is y'all fault. This is y'all's fault. And the Kardashians. Kardashians, yeah, man. You start hanging around a Kardashian, you think you could just open your fucking mouth about anything because they doing it. So you're like, oh, that's what happened. He opened his mouth about something that's just like, for what? How random to shit on opera and ballet. And you like killing it as an actor. Like, how random is that? The Academy did not like it. He went from 70% chance of winning to 30% overnight. Which we appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Because Michael B. Jordan snatched it. You know what I'm saying? Snatched that. Now, a lot of people are saying Michael B. Jordan didn't necessarily deserve the award. Timothy Chalamet, I don't care for him as an actor. I've watched a couple of movies. Um, I'm not sure. Was it what movie did he get nominated for? Let me check this out. What movie did Tim Marty Supreme? Bro, I haven't even heard of that name. Well, y'all must really like his acting because he keeps getting nominated for stuff. He doesn't really move me much at all, really, at all. Actually, he kind of bothers me. The guy kind of bothers me for no real apparent reason other than, I don't know. I think I just don't like it that you guys like him. I mean, it's like the leading men that we see in Hollywood now are so they just seem so weak. I'm from a time, like that meme, what was your dad doing in the 90s? Bro, I was watching dudes on steroids on TV in the 90s. That's where I was at. That's where I was at. I was watching leading men who were juiced up. Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Wesley Snipes. Maybe Wesley Snipes didn't juice, but maybe he did. That's where I was at in the 90s, watching leading men who look like dudes, bro. Now your leading men look like brunch people, you know? Look like they make sure they get their nails done with their woman. Mannies and petty dudes is your leading man's now. Yeah, that's your leading man's. Mannies and petty dudes. Those are your leading mans. So, anyways, I think Michael B. Jordan is a pretty dope leading man. Now, listen, Michael B. Jordan, his little rise has been an excellent thing to witness, man. And right in time, right in time for what? Right in time for Will Smith to move himself out of the way. And I just don't see Will Smith recovering. And this is why I think protecting a brand, especially when you're an actor and people are investing, like we have to invest and believe. This is the interesting thing about acting. Like when there's a leading man, and now our attention span is like so small, but you have to invest and believe in that actor being that person for 2 hours. And we have a very short and small attention span, right? Will Smith isn't the best actor, but he does know how to train for his roles, right? But he's not like, a Daniel Day-Lewis or even a Leonardo DiCaprio who just like morphs into a different person, Will Smith is usually Will Smith with a little extra on it. So for Will Smith, he should have had a little bit more understanding that his brand is extremely important, valuable, and it must be protected at all costs. Now, he lost track of this all costs, and I will say it gets confusing when the people that are attacking your brand are your family. God damn. That gets confusing. And the person that went, that was, you know, um, the person that attacked his brand the most was his wife, Jada Pickett Smith. She seems like a very jealous person. I'm sure she seems like she's a little jealous of Will Smith, and she created this Red Table Talk. She exposed their entire family. I think that she has more dirt on their family that she holds over Will Smith's head, but he laid down like like a beta like a very passive, not like the leading alpha man that we've been thinking Will Smith is. Like he laid down. He We see now that Jada Pickett Smith is the alpha in that household. I mean, they laid it all out for us. It's just been a very interesting thing, and I don't see Will Smith recovering at this stage in his life. You know, I think the best thing for Will Smith to do is to like kind of disappear for a little bit and then come back with a fire movie. Fire. Like the best acting of his life. Like they got to throw like 2 Oscars at him. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't seem like Will Smith wants to disappear. Like he'd be on social media. He put out an album. It was trash. It got dragged all over the internet. These videos that he was putting out. Stop, Belle. Golly, with the licking. Goodness, you just come in here and lick. Why is this the place for you to come in and lick? Golly, you don't lick inside the house, but she comes in here and just uncontrollable, just licking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, talking about stuff that you probably don't care about, but yeah, I mean, I think the acting industry is interesting, especially because it is not the biggest thing going on right now. People aren't really people don't care about movies too much anymore like they used to, myself included. I used to watch all the movies nominated, no matter what, if I liked the actors or not. What's up, Mario? The chat was alive for a second, and now it's not. I think it's because y'all don't care about what I'm talking about, but it's fine. This is the Trigger Yogi live stream. I talk about what I want to talk about. You feel me? You feel me? I'm talking about actors, talking about Will Smith. Will Smith needs to play a bad guy. Yeah, I like that. I like that. He does need to play a bad guy. I think he always plays a good guy. Yeah, no, I think you're right, bro. Will Smith needs to play the bad guy, and he needs to play the bad guy like good. Like, I mean, we already got that bad guy, but he's an interesting bad guy for us because he's usually when there's a bad guy, like let's look at a bad guy right now. Someone that we think that like is a bad guy. Andrew Tate, right? Everybody thinks Andrew Tate is a bad guy. But Andrew Tate is a bad guy that is masculine, tough, confident, not laying down, speaking his mind, stirring the pot. Will Smith is not like that. Will Smith is a bad guy that doesn't even realize he's the bad guy right now. And he's still playing the victim, playing the passive. He's really showed that he's like a beta. It's so wild. So wild what has Will Smith has become because he's been our hero for so long. What's up, Axel Foley? What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Welcome back to the party. The nicest people play the villain, from what I hear, in life or in movies. Because I could relate to that. I think I'm a really nice guy, but people ping me as a villain a lot in my life. For instance, my immediate family. I'm the black sheep. A job I just left, they started talking about how I was had bad energy. I get that a lot. But in movies, okay, you talking about in movies. Okay, I'm just see all this trauma coming up. In movies. Yeah, probably, character actors maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Like in Breaking Bad. Yeah, actors are weird, like cuz there's different levels. There's A-list, supporting, character actors, and character actors are like they're the most famous people you don't know who they are. That's the interesting part. You see them all the time, but you never are interested in learning their real name. And sometimes it's just because a lot of these actors have shitty names. You notice that if somebody has a shitty name, you're like, I'm not going to learn that name. And if you have a shitty name, it takes a lot for people to be like, okay, it's time to learn that name. I think Shia LaBeouf, remember when Shia LaBeouf really started being famous? And we were like, Shia LaBeouf? Should we be learning that name? And he got so famous and so popular, we're like, yep, we got to learn that name. Just like real life, I am the alpha. I like that energy. Whole time, what the fuck did they say? You as the villain, as a villain as whole time. What the fuck did they say? You as a villain as. You talking about my old job? If you have seen 1 hour photo with Robin Williams, I think Will Smith could do something like that. Creepy horror villain. That's pretty shy. Like socially disconnected. Great movie. I could see that. I could see that. Speaking of the villain, bro, Denzel Washington played one of the greatest villains we've ever seen on film. Now, I don't think Will Smith can even attempt to do a character like Lonzo from Training Day because Denzel Washington did such a great job. But something along those lines, because you know what? If you could play a villain really good, we love that villain. Just like Lonzo, bro. Just like Lonzo. Everybody that watched that movie when Lonzo died, you're like, no, please, no. No. No, don't kill this guy. He's so good. Denzel Washington played the greatest villain we might have ever seen on film, baby, in Training Day. And he won an Academy Award. Part 2 of season 2 of Tyler Perry's series that you dislike just came out on Netflix. What's the series? I don't watch Tyler Perry stuff, man. I do not. Every time I do, every time I make that mistake, I regret it, man. Man, I regret it. But what series are you talking about? I like Lonzo, but he got outwitted at the end. He did. Nah, it was a great movie. It was a great movie. It was a great ending. That whole movie. Ethan Hawke killed it. I liked Ethan Hawke before, but man, he killed it. Everybody killed it. It was just a great movie. Beauty and Black. I'm happy that you're a Tyler Perry fan, but you're not gonna catch me slipping again. I made the mistake. I watched his new movie on Netflix. The Uncle movie drives the drives a kid cross country to whatever, to college. I watched that. Ass. Not gonna catch me slipping again, man. Not gonna catch me slipping again. Not doing it. Yeah, training day does gotta, training day was the whole package, Bell. It was the whole package. Now, we're starting talking about this because I proposed the question: how can Will Smith become Will Smith again? Because I think Will Smith can't recover. I think it's going to be extremely hard for Will Smith to recover. And his strategy right now on how to recover is not working. We don't want to see him on social media. We don't want to see Will Smith, the motivation Will Smith. We don't want to see that anymore. There's so many motivational influencers. We don't want to see Will Smith being an influencer. Not only that, whenever Will Smith is talking, he is so detached by what we need from a leading man. He is so separated from it because of his environment. That's what you guys have to think, man. Like, your environment matters so much, Even it doesn't matter who you are. Your environment matters, bro. Will Smith has been on top for 40 years, consecutive years. 40. This is something we should definitely talk about. Will Smith has been on top of everything. Persona, brand, leading man for 40 years. But his environment, the people around him, the people closest to him, started to chip away at his ideas of how to be a leading man. His wife, and honestly, I hate to say it, his kids. His closest people around him made him lose sight of who he was. And it was like a slow destruction, slow death. That's why it's so important. Like, and sometimes, dude, I just saw something on Instagram about how people like to change the narrative. And some of those people are the closest people to you. And dude, like, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it's your family that you got to protect yourself from. If you guys are not on the same page, it's hard not to fall victim of their idea of who they want you to be. It's hard. Training Day, written by David Ayers, who did American History X, both great movies. Yeah, American History X, classic. Hancock and Mike Lowry will bring him back. I disagree. Mike Lowry can't bring him back. Mike Lowry can't bring him back. Now, Hancock, Bell, I'm going to kick you out of here. Stop it. Now, Hancock, if Hancock came out with a little bit more edge to him, I still don't think he could bring Will Smith back, but it could get him moving in the right direction. Also, Will Smith needs to leave Jada Pinkett Smith. She's toxic for that brother, man. She is toxic. Okay, what about Israel running our country? Damn, that escalated quickly. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, I've always had, I don't even want to talk about it, man. That's too much. It's too much. What about Israel running our country? Yeah. Someone's alarm's going off. So, anyways, yeah. Uh oh, almost closed the garage. Oh, back to Michael B. Jordan. I think it's just very ironic. You know, Academy Awards only lets a couple black people in every 5 years. Every 5 years, we'll give a black person something, right? They pick Michael B. Jordan. Some people saying he didn't deserve an Oscar. I watched Sinners. I watched it again last night. But before last night, I've watched it 3 times. Um, Michael B. Jordan played twins. He had a southern accent. The twins had two different distinctive attributes about them. Um, I thought Michael B. Jordan did a phenomenal job playing that part. Also, I thought that might have been arguably Fruitville Station and Sinners might have been his best acting because it was so layered. I definitely think he deserved that Oscar, especially since the talent pool ain't that great. It wasn't that great. Nothing really, nothing really stood out other than that. I didn't see Timothy Chalamet's movie, but I'm not a big fan of him anyways. What's up, Mark? How we doing, brother? How's it going? Welcome to the page. Good to see you. Um, just talking about the Academy Awards. I don't watch the Academy Awards, but I just think it's interesting. Um, the movie industry and the Academy Awards and all that kind of thing. Chadwick is the GOAT. Michael B. Jordan is trash. All right. Well, there's no more Chadwick, unfortunately. Rest in peace. I don't think Chad did. Oh, did Chad win an Oscar? Did he? I don't think he did. I don't think so. Nope. Nope. Marty Supreme was pretty good. Charlemagne was my pick, but I'm not mad that Michael B. Jordan won. Well, maybe I'll check out this Marty Supreme. I mean, I don't know why. Uh, I honestly don't know why Timothy Chalamet bothers me so much. I just really, I mean, I personally, what I've seen of him, his acting hasn't really jumped out at me at all. It just seems very mid, in my opinion. But you guys love him. People love him. So there might be a little hater in me when it comes to Timothy Chalamet. I have tried. I did watch half of the movie of him when he was Bob Dylan. I watched half of that. I think he was Bob Dylan, or no, he was another rock and roll guy. Not Bob Dylan. Who was it? Oh, it's right on the tip of my brain. You guys are gonna help me out here. What was that movie that he played where he was the rock and roll guy? Anyways, I watched half of that, and again, his acting just doesn't jump out at me. It's just not. It doesn't move me at all. So, um, not a big fan of him. Michael B. Jordan is great in The Wire. Can I have you? Yeah, come get it. John Shafty, who did Uncut Gems, great movie. And Good Times made this movie not not crazy Charlemagne fan, but the movie and the performances was good. All right, well, I'm gonna check it out when it starts streaming. I'll check it out. I'm not paying to see it though. I saw a terrible movie last weekend, which was The Undertone. Me and my son. So this is what happened last weekend. Me and my son, we I've been trying to get him to start a podcast with me, and he finally said okay. So we were like, all right, cool, let's go watch a movie, and then podcast about it. And we podcasted before the movie, went and watched the movie, and then podcast after the movie. Then I woke up the next day and I had some clients that were coming in to podcast in the studio, and I accidentally, oh my gosh, a fly just suicide bombed itself in my coffee. I gotta figure out how to get these flies out of the studio, man. These flies, man, drive me crazy. So, anyways, I woke up the next day and I started clearing off my hard drive, and I accidentally erased the podcast that I did with my son that I have been trying to get him to do with me for months. That's old dude brain. Old dude brain, man. Anyways, we saw the movie The Undertone. Garbage. Don't pay to see that movie. Do not. Trust me on this one. Yes, sometimes we disagree with some things. Trust me on this one. Wait till it streams, then watch it, and then you'll see it's garbage. It's not a good movie. It sucked. The dark side of the Force is the pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. What? All right, man. Star Wars fan in the house. Shout out me and my sister, Oakley and Caden. Shout out to Oakley and Caden. What's up? Have you ever heard of those ceiling sticky strips? Ceiling sticky strips. Man, I don't know what you're talking about. 300 years ago today, I stepped from the dirt, looked to the sky, and said with the voice of 1,000 thunders that this earth will bend to my will. Interesting. Oh, okay. You're talking about the flight. Yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta do that because this is becoming a huge problem. Not Unc Zesty as, yeah, maybe Unc Zesty, maybe that joint just dived right into my coffee. Maybe Unc Zesty. Maybe Lamborghini or Bugatti. Lamborghini or Bugatti. Golly, man, that's tough. Ferrari. See, now if Ferrari was in there, if it was Lamborghini, Bugatti, or Ferrari, it would not be hard for me. Ferrari all day long. But Lamborghini and or Bugatti, I guess I'm gonna have to say Bugatti because a Bugatti is like the creme de la creme. It's definitely a little bit more. It's on the next level than a Lamborghini. Um, I remember I used to like the looks of Lamborghinis back in the day, but kind of like I live in LA. I see Lamborghinis all the time. And you see a car like that all the time, eventually you just be like, it's nothing special anymore. And a Lamborghini is nothing special anymore. Now, for me, Ferraris will always be a Ferrari. Ferraris are every single Ferrari that's ever been made has been sexy as shit. Um, it's Ferrari all day, in my opinion. It is Ferrari all day. Man, Mafia Gorilla, you come here with the same questions every time you jump on here. Are you Muslim? Are your eyes green or blue? Are you light skinned? Man, you got a can't aren't you looking at me right now? You come here with the same little bullshit questions, man. I don't get it. Um, I'll give you 25 cents to eat that fly. Throw that 25 cent in my Cash App right now. Throw that 25 cent in my um, Venmo. Venmo, Yoga Leroy. Drop it in the Venmo right now. I'm waiting. Drop it in the Venmo, baby. These fucking flies, man. I don't even know where the. I don't know why there's fruit flies in here. It don't make any sense. Why are there fruit flies in here? Well, yesterday I was supposed to remodel, not totally remodel, but I got to move my desk. I got to rearrange my desk situation. I want the desk situation to face the stage and the Yoga Leroy backdrop and not the garage door because I'm going to start streaming regularly on Kick. Now, I just got on Kick. Yesterday, I met with somebody that's a streamer. He coached me up about Kick a little bit. Um, I accidentally have streamed on, so I am streaming on Kick today, vertical. Kick is a horizontal playing field. So this will be my last day streaming Triggered Yogi on Kick in the morning. Still going to stream Triggered Yogi on YouTube and Facebook and talk to you good people. Um, but really gonna drive a lot of my main focus on Kick. I'm gonna start waking up earlier to stream on Kick, and I think the streams that I start in the morning are gonna be workout, meditating, yoga streams on Kick. Not sure when I'm gonna start that. I definitely got to remodel the space a little bit before I start doing that. But that is the plan, right? That is the plan. All right, man. We hit 45 minutes. Good little stream here. The Triggered Yogi live stream here every day. 9 a.m. We do miss a couple of days every now and then. No big deal. Don't kill me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get out of here, man. I gotta go teach a class and I'm gonna go work out and then I'm gonna come back here and I didn't even talk about what I was triggered about. Let me finish with that. I was waiting for y'all to jump on. We got a couple people on here. Yeah, so yesterday I did an open mic. Now I'm working on a special about being a dad that I am going to produce and live stream the day before Father's Day. Now, what I've noticed about myself, when I need to be writing and I need to be working on my material, my act. When I don't feel like writing, I go to open mics. It's a little bit of me being lazy in a way, you know? I'll go to open mics because, like, okay, I'm just going to get on stage in front of people and maybe work these things out. And every now and then, I get punished for being lazy. I feel like yesterday I got punished for being lazy. I went to an open mic, and it was a filled room full of white dudes, man. Nothing wrong with white dudes. Big fan, right? Got a lot of white friends. But sometimes when dudes sync up in one space, um, they could be just complete ass. It could just be a complete ass room, right? And yesterday was a complete ass room. It was just a room full of white ass. And there's this Instagram influencer in there that or he's famous on IG, has 1.7 million followers. I didn't know the guy, but he got on stage and um, he was singing and playing the guitar, and it was great. And it was great. And I commented on it because it was great. I tried to make a little joke about it. But all those white dudes, this is what happens with white dudes. Like when there's somebody that they think that they should be like, bending the knee to, they'll just be, cocksuckers. You know what I'm saying? So like it was just like a room full of cocksuckers, um, sucking off this dude. Even though what I said um, I wasn't like shitting on him. I was giving him like props really. But the cocksuckers were like, "No, you're not allowed to talk about our little white guy." And yeah, so they didn't let me have. It was like they didn't let me have a good set. They weren't laughing at anything that I was saying on stage, and it was just like such a fucking I just felt like I should just stayed home and write. I should just stay home and wrote, you know. But it wasn't a wasted trip, so that triggered the fuck out of me. Like that whole situation triggered me. But it wasn't wasted because I did meet this streamer. He was at the mic, and we went to a friend's house afterwards, and he kind of coached me up on kick a little bit. So it wasn't all for nothing. Full circle. That's the story. I was triggered yesterday. It sucked. All right, that's it. I'm going to get out of here, man. You guys have a happy Thursday. And I'll be back here tomorrow morning. Same trigger time, same trigger channel. Y'all be well. Peace.